Hey guys, it's Joy here. Welcome back to my channel, and I have a fun project for you today. I made a super cute heart-shaped cube box using my Cricut and cut files from Creative Fabrica. So you guys know that I'm partnering with them, and I'm so excited about this project. So let's get started on this. I am using the heart-shaped cube box and I'm using it on my Cricut. I'm die cutting it from white cardstock. I'm using Neenah. What did I use? I used the 110-pound cardstock. And I will have everything that I used listed and linked below for you guys. So even the files that I used, you can find those. So I'm die cutting that. I do have my Cricut on the custom cardstock, so I can choose the 100-pound cardstock so it'll cut nicely. This is super easy. Now I will say I do not have the scoring tool, so I had to score this project myself, which was not a big deal, but I definitely need to go and get one stat because it would have been so helpful. So I am just die cutting this. Not die cutting, see I say die cutting because I'm a card maker and I use dies, but this is not that. And then I can gently peel back my negative space, or negative cardstock, not negative space, and then gently peel off my box. Then I will bring in my score tool, and I'm just looking at the photo on my computer of this file so I know exactly where to score, and it really worked out nicely. While I'm scoring that, I will just talk quickly about my partnership with Creative Fabrica and what I can offer you. I can offer you a free 1-month trial up to 10 downloads. You guys will get access to over 6 million fonts and designs, and that does include a commercial license. After the 10th download or after the 1 month, the subscription renews at $9, which is like a 70% discount, you guys. It was like $29 before, and now you can get it for $9. It's crazy. And you can cancel anytime, no questions asked. So I do have my exclusive link listed down below for you guys. If that's something that you want to do, go ahead and click on that and go with it. All right, so I scored my thing, and then I'm like, wait a minute. As I'm closing all of the, folding all of my things on my score lines, I went, wait, I didn't score it down each little piece. Special. So I will finish scoring this. And I do want to fold everything before my next step, so basically I can see where the score lines are, because I want to stencil with some stencil paste on this project. So I'm going to use some tape from Heffy Doodle. This is their memo tape. It is super low tack, like super, super low tack. But I want to tape off areas that I don't want the stencil paste on. I'm just doing it around the outside of the box, not the top, not the bottom. I don't want it where I have to add adhesive like this little piece here that I'm covering. So now I'm using this is the Falling Heart stencil from Simon Says Stamp. And I love this stencil. I love that it's not like an even spaced heart. And then I'm using Lawn Fawn's gold stencil paste. I love this stencil paste. I am lining up carefully where my stencil meets one of the score lines. And then I can move this over without hitting any of my hearts that I've already stenciled, and stencil the other side. I'm doing this first, that way I can give it time to dry while we work on the other components of this. So if you wanted to make a ton of these, obviously don't do the stencil paste because that takes forever, but you could still stencil and use just ink and stencil your background, and that would be so darling. I left the box white because I wanted it to be mainly white with gold, and then I want to bring in some pinks, or a pink, which will be really, really fun. So now I will put this aside to dry, and let's do some more cutting on this Cricut. I tried a few different fonts for this, and they did not work, and I found one, and it is the Shady Speed script font, and I'm spelling out the word sweet, which I love. I am doing it 3 times from black cardstock, and I will say that when I ordered my cardstock, I ordered the wrong weight, so this is a really thin weight. I usually like 80-pound or 110-pound or 100-pound. I like the heavier stuff. I think this is like 65. So it's a little bit on the thinner side, But I did adhere 3 of them together, and if you guys follow me when I do my cards, you know I like to do that with my sentiments because it gives it some bulk. Again, if you're mass producing and you want to be in a hurry, definitely pick a thicker cardstock, and you don't have to, you know, adhere these together. I did change my dial on top to the lightweight cardstock to cut this out. But I love this font. This font, the S on this font is just absolutely gorgeous. I did an uppercase S and then the rest of it was lowercase, and I just love, love, love how it turned out. I don't remember the size of this, you guys. My box, I think I measured it, I put it down to like 10 inches long on the file, and however shorter that made it, because it was a little bit longer than that, and I didn't have any 12 by 12 cardstock, so I had to do an 8.5 by 11, and it was cutting a little bit big, so I moved it down to about 10 or 10.5 inches. So then I just measured the rest of my stuff from there. I am die cutting this, no, not die cutting, Cricut cutting my heart. This is the scalloped heart. I am doing this twice, once from my pink cardstock, and then once from my gold glitter cardstock, along with a super cute arrow that the end of it is a heart. And I love it, and that is just an arrow file. I had quite a few arrows. Again, I have everything listed and linked for you guys below, so you can find those. And I had to change this to my custom on my knob, and then change it to glitter cardstock on the Cricut software on my computer. But it die cut it cut beautifully. Excuse me if I say die cut and I don't correct myself, you guys. I am so sorry. It cut beautifully, and the glitter heart is bigger than the pink heart. I do want to stack those, so you guys will see how I do that in a minute. But again, mass producing, you could just cut a bunch of these and it goes together super, super quick. I just want to carefully take this off, but this arrow I think is so darling. All right, let's get to gluing. So I have my sweet layers. I will say, because the cardstock was so thin, I had a hard time getting these adhered together. It didn't go together as smoothly as it normally does when the cardstock is thicker, so it's stiffer, it doesn't bend as easy, and this is a, you know, a small sentiment. So just keep that in mind. Use a thicker cardstock. So I need to reorder this black again and a thicker one and just use it for like bigger images. But I'm using my Barely Art glue, my reverse tweezers to adhere it together. And this is bigger than both of the hearts, even that gold heart. I wanted it to be slightly bigger. Let me just get these little pieces in place. Look at how cute. And let's do these hearts. I want the pink heart to be popped up, but first I want to add that arrow to the gold heart itself. And so it'll be, part of it will be hidden behind the pink heart, but I think that's part of what's so cute. A little bit of foam tape, we can pop that right into the center. And look at how cute that is. I just love these. I would love a whole buffet of these filled with yummy, yummy things. And you guys, I'll show you at the end. This box holds a lot of goodies. Like, you could easily put a mini cupcake in there. I mean, and have some room. I will add that sweet sentiment right to that, right over that heart. And I love that it hangs off. Look at how cute. Okay, let's fold our box. There's one spot, only one spot that you need adhesive. I'm using some Scor-Tape because I want it to hold. I will peel back that release paper here in just a second. I want to give an extra little fold on all those spots. My stencil paste is completely dry. And so I'm going to fold this, get that side piece adhered, and then everything else just kind of tucks in. The bottom just tucks into each other, which is perfect. And then the top folds into a cute heart. So I'm going to tuck that in the bottom. Sorry that I was a little bit out of the camera view, but it's super easy, you guys. Like, there was no directions. It's easy to figure out. Then you fold in those pieces. This has the 2 slits where you fold that heart, and then you have a heart on top, and then you have the little hearts all over that whole background. Let's finish by adding our little sentiment heart right on the front. I will use Scor-Tape for this as well because it sticks good. You could also use liquid glue, but I want something that's going to adhere nicely because I do have that stencil paste on the background. I'm going to pop that right in place. And isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love this. And then I want to add a few of the clay Hug Me hearts from Honeybee Stamps. They're pink, just a few of those to add a little more pink on this background. And then I will show you how many I put a ton of Hershey Kisses in this, you guys, and it opens and closes easily. The bottom stayed. I mean, it's so nice. So I had a handful of Hershey Kisses. I brought in another handful of Hershey Kisses, but look at how that opens up. And it wasn't even full to the top yet at all. So you definitely could put a ton of fun treats. I think that was probably about 3/4 of the way full. And then let's take a look at this up close. Look at how cute that is. I love this. I would love to get something like this with a little sweet treat inside. Remember, guys, I have everything listed and linked for you below. Remember, if you want to get that deal on Creative Fabrica, go ahead and click that below. And yeah, thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you feel inspired, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.